Hello, here we are, believe it or not, at Marble Arch. I thought I'd start up at the end because we have an interesting statue. The place is in a bit of a state, mind you. Litter and rubbish everywhere because it's been taken over for the past few years by a bunch of derelict Romanians, I think. Anyway, got this statue of Flight, I forget who it's by. Peter somebody, I think. Let's have a look. Today I'm going to walk along Oxford Street, basically, but I thought I would start up here. This is called Flight by David Breuer-weil. So there, W-E-I-L. Born 1965, it claims. I don't know why we need to know, but let's get out of here. I'm at Marble Arch, going to walk along, basically. I hope they're going to clean this place up a little bit today, at some point. There's Edgware Road. And we also have this amazing statue of a horse, so I've got to get across the road first, which is busy. Okay. Right. Well, it's a horse's head anyway. Now, because the sunlight is straight into the camera, I probably can't see anything. Let's walk around a bit. That's Hyde Park across the road. Let's see what we've got here then. There we go. Massive horse's head. I don't even know who it's by. I guess I can look it up online if I'm desperate. Let's go. Pigeon Central here. Let's just disturb them all, shall we? There we go. Help wake them up for the morning. Here we are at the actual arch, which is Marble Arch. But let's get to Oxford Street. Marble Arch is one of the tube stations. There's 4 for this place. Marble Arch, Bond Street, Oxford Circus, and Tottenham Court Road. Marble Arch station is just across the road behind the white van there. And this road is Park Lane. All the traffic is going down there. Posh part of London, very expensive on the Monopoly board, for good reason. If it's based on reality, let's just switch the light on. And that across the road there basically is Oxford Street, that's where we're going. It's green, let's go. I've come out early to avoid crowds of people, because Oxford Street is notoriously busy. But it's Sunday morning, the shops don't open until 11:30 in theory, at least some of them anyway, the main ones. The rest of the week it's like 9:30 AM to 9:30 PM. On Sunday they open late and they close early-ish, 6:30 or something. Because you can get your souvenirs here. I've decided to walk down the shady side of the street, although it's all shady at the moment because the clouds are out. But we're walking straight towards the sun because it's early morning and I don't want it in the lens all the time. You won't be able to see anything. So, I was saying it's busy here. Oxford Street gets 500,000 visitors per day on average. That's not per year or per month or per week. It's actually per day, which is quite crazy. Just want to adjust my microphone a bit, it's looking a bit sad here, hang on. Alright, there we go. There's Primark here, a shop whose selling point is cheapness rather than quality. And the stuff's okay. For the price it's really good actually. So if you go to Burberry's or somewhere you can pay 10 times as much. What is that beeping noise? I don't know. Hopefully it's somebody's car. Oh, this building is Park House. A strange sort of technological blob. I quite like it. I quite like technological blobs. I think what I don't like are the brutalist constructions of the 1950s and 60s, these concrete monstrosities. This sort of thing is fine by me, as long as it's not everywhere, because I quite like the old buildings too. On the left, the building with the flags is Selfridges. And before that, right on the left, is Marks and Spencer's, or Marks and Sparks as we call it. I think they've trademarked that name as well. With 500,000 visitors every day, you can bet it gets busy here. And there's always talk about pedestrianising it, and it's always getting cancelled. Most of the time it's open to buses and taxis only. Here we are at North Audley Street here and Orchard Street up there. There's Orchard Street. I'm waiting for the traffic to go. And this down here is North Audley Street. Well, the little man is still red, but they always are. Let's go. Traffic lights are sort of hopelessly super safe, which makes them dangerous because you then ignore them. Shall we cross over and have a look at Selfridges windows? always make an interesting display of them. Don't know what it is. Believe your eyes, it says. I believe it. Those sunglasses and opticians, well, they've got an optician's display, I guess. They must be bananas. Apple of my eye, yeah. Bat your eyelashes. There we go. Wandering eyes. Oh, I'm on a little train here. There we go. Right. They don't have Homer Simpson in there. They would probably have to pay some fee if they wanted to have him. Let's see, what have we got here? Is it even finished? I don't know, they've got some blackberries. There we go. Across the road there, sometimes there's a market. Or at least a market stall. There's an ancient market behind it. In fact, you can just see the edge of that whitish building. Might just wander down and have a peek. This is Balderton Street. Ooh, 20 minutes up already. Well, actually I have 6 minutes left, but it's probably best to reset the camera. Let's do it while I've got the option. Right. Because I actually switched the chiming on when I left home. So it's chimed several times before I got here. You see this, what was a marketplace, I think, once upon a time. Brown Heart Gardens. Don't know what it is now. There's a shop up there, a restaurant. And from Oxford Street we've come into the residential area which is just behind it. Just south of it. Lumley Street. There's Selfridges at the top there still, you can see it. Another little stall type building there. We'll go back there in a sec. wanted to try and take a peek at the church. There's people going in because it's Sunday, so I won't go in. I was going to say we have all the posh shops down here, but some of them, but here we have a closing down sale. So, not enough posh people around, I guess. See that bag down from $2.29 to $1.09. I'd pay $9 for it if I was in after a bag, but anyway. That's me, I suppose. Quite nice coloured shoes, but obviously they don't know what reduction means, or I think. Over here you have a guitar shop. And ukuleles and stuff by the looks of it. And even I Love London guitars for mini guitars at 25 quid. £35. Oh, 25. Not bad. This is Duke Street, by the way. I can't find the curb. Yeah, the buildings are good. And back on Oxford Street. Starting to fill up with people now. I must say, when I first came to London, I was not that impressed with Oxford Street. I mean, it has a few posh shops, but it's got a lot of the normal rubbishy ones as well. Which is just as well, because I couldn't afford the posh shops anyway. But it makes it less impressive. Oh, this is Bond Street Station, by the way. There's a shopping centre in there as well. Just down here is South Molton Street. Take a quick peek at it. Because this is a street with lots of pricey shops in it. You might remember when I did the Christmas lights, I had a look down here, they always put something nice in this little road. It's pedestrianised. And in this building here. Little blue plaque. Ernest Bevin, trade union leader and statesman, lived here in flat number 8 from 1931 to 1939. He was a leader of the Welsh miners' trades union folk. Back in the day before Margaret Thatcher exterminated them all. Disney store across the road. Have a quick look. At least there's not much traffic at this time of day. Cinderella, isn't it? Pumpkins and stuff. The ultimate place for your kids to help you part with your money. Oops, you can see my reflection there, but never mind. It's just as well I'm handsome. Another beepy thing, what's going on? Oh, it's a street cleaner. Pretty noisy. No, it's this bus. I thought it was that little street cleaning truck. So we're walking beside Debenhams, a department store with a pretty strange front fascia. Faceless fascia. Superfood smoothies. Green light so I can cross. Side of Debenhams there, and a Brazilian flag, and some interesting buildings in the back. CBRE, I don't know what it is. So if you look around, there's stuff to see. I thought I could walk all the way along Oxford Street in 20 minutes. It's only 1.2 miles long, just under 2 kilometres. But we're not even halfway, although I can see halfway up ahead in the distance, I think. Here is House of Fraser, which opened its first store on Oxford Street way back when. They're now closing this store. Not enough sales. I imagine the rents or the council taxes are too expensive for them. It's very expensive here. Some of the little shops here, they have like individual desks or little sections in them. They're done like mini department stores. And I remember back in, well, I think it was the 80s, maybe in the 90s, I learned that The rent for one desk was £100,000 a year. Should cross back over a bit, well, when the traffic settles down a bit. Okay. Oh, have we got BP bus? What's up with it? Hope it's not some health and safety rubbish. We've got a nice view of some buildings up there, look. Decent perspective, isn't it? Good riddance to number 98 or whatever it was. Right. We have McDonald's here, open of course. This McDonald's gets insanely busy. Like, there's usually a queue of about 20 people for the toilets. It's awful. I mean, you know, it's as good as any McDonald's, but it's so packed usually. I hate busy places. I suppose this building opposite counts as one of the ugly sort of concrete-y type things that were built in the 60s or so. Do have a little mosaic on the front. You can see it between the buses, but it's a bit dull, let's say. If it was, I suppose it's got a bit of a design there, isn't it? If it was brightened up and cleaned, it might look all right. I think buildings should be designed including the virtue of beauty. This should be an important part of the design. People have to live in this environment after all. More souvenirs. Right up ahead is Oxford Circus. If you're getting a bus to Oxford Circus, they hang out, they arrive here basically, in this little alley.
That bridge.
So Oxford Circus is the halfway mark. Just here we have Regent Street and something is happening. Regent Street summer streets. Oh dear. Or maybe I'll stroll down there in another video. This one is Oxford Street. That's Regent Street up there and Great Queen Street I think at the top. The BBC has a building up there. I think it used to belong to the Freemasons. I suppose if the BBC has it, it still does. May come back here later on, I don't know. Oxford Circus tube station. Slightly dusty. Argyle Street. Down at the end of that is Liberty department store. The Tudor type building there at the end. There's also a theatre down there and other stuff. And a probable homeless person with a homeless dog. At least he got some company. There's somebody who likes him. It's gradually getting busier as the morning wears on. People wanting fame. What, already? So it is. Blimey. Settle down on a bin here and settle and straighten it out. Right. Doesn't time fly when you're enjoying yourself? Now look at this nice building. This is the H&M store. Clothes, basically. But why can't they build buildings like that these days? What's so difficult about it? Opposite, a new building. Boots the chemist. That's okay, you know. This is modern. And right beside it we have this little alley, Ramil Street. Let's go and have a look. Shop on the right there is the photographer's gallery. It's been there for years and years. Used to be other photography shops here as well. You could buy filters and stuff. But basically, it's an alley. There is a Russian bookshop around here somewhere. I think it used to be there. It seems to have gone. Let's go back. Put seats here, but it's not the greatest place in the world, is it? At least there's a tree. I see. The 98 bus has got a thing going on with beeps, obviously. There probably is some stupid health and safety thing. Watch out, these beeps are going to deafen you. Leon up there, nice food. Church. See this building? Built around 1900, I think. Prior to 1900, this place was residential. Although from the 1700s, before that it was basically farmland. And before that it was forest. Before that it was under half a mile or so of ice, etc. Before that it was tropical swampland and there were lions and stuff here. But by the beginning of the 20th century it was all commercial here, at least on the ground floor. And they're keeping some of the old buildings, some of them are listed, as we call it, to be preserved. Depending on the level of listing though, it doesn't amount to much. Sometimes all they do is keep the front. At the post office tower there, or BT Telecom tower as it is now. That's Berners Street. Why are they going? The guy's on green. Obviously the lights there are broken. Gadget shop. Here we have a Harmony adult store. If you want to buy an adult, this is the place to come. There's a lot of building work here because they're building a Crossrail link underground. So there'll be even more stations and exits here before long. They're doing them with like one exit on Oxford Street, another exit some distance away, to sort of try and distribute the crowds a bit. Because not everybody wants to come out here, I suppose. There's Rathbone Place, dated 1718. And down here is Soho Street. It's Soho Square just there, a little tiny patch of green. Rathbone Place is, well, it's a street. Basically it's souvenir central, isn't it? You can get your dancing Rasta here. And the Queen and Mr. Bean. Looks like they're running out of power though somehow. A non-beating 98, or was the other one 89? Maybe it's just that one bus going back and forth. Okay, on the corner there we have the Flying Horse, the last remaining pub on Oxford Street. It's had as many as 20 in its time. Little monkey graffito at the top there. And up ahead we have Centre Point, built, I guess in the 60s, I don't know, something like that. Never could find commercial tenants for it. Eventually it was taken over by squatters in protest at all the empty space, and now it has in fact been turned into accommodation. And we are now at Tottenham Court Road Tube Station. There's the tube station. And there's Tottenham Court Road, known for its electronics, and the Dominion Theatre, Bat Out of Hell. And that's it for today. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.